before we say anything else, let me ask you something, honestly. If you watch this video all the way to the end today, you will walk away with better English, a richer vocabulary, and a new way of thinking and speaking about real-life topics that actually matter. But if you skip this video, you will be making one of the biggest mistakes of your English learning journey. And I mean that. So stay with us. You will not regret it.
And just one small favor before we begin. Please like this video, subscribe to the Daily Speak English channel, and press the bell icon so you get our next video before anyone else. It takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps us keep making content like this for you.
Now, are you ready?
Let us begin. Hello and welcome back to Daily Speak English, the place where we talk about real life, real feelings, and real English that you can actually use the moment you finish listening. I am Maya.
And I am Daniel. And we are so happy you chose to spend this time with us today. Whether you are on your commute, making tea in the kitchen, or lying in bed pretending you are about to be productive. Welcome! You are in the right place.
Today, we are talking about something that feels very modern, very personal, and honestly, a little bit uncomfortable. Because it is the kind of topic where halfway through, you might think, wait, are they describing my life?
And the honest answer is yes. A little bit yes, but in the kindest way possible.
Always in the kindest way. We are talking about time, about energy, about why life in this modern world feels so full of things, and yet somehow so empty at the same time.
And we have 10 practical ideas to explore today, each one wrapped in natural, real English at the B2 level. So the language is a little richer today, but still very comfortable and very human.
So please do not worry if you miss a word here and there. Just stay with the conversation. Let it carry you. Your English grows best when you are relaxed and listening to something that actually means something to you.
And we have a vocabulary section later in the episode where we slow everything down and look at some of the most useful words and phrases from today. So stay with us for that too.
All right, let us get into it.
Okay, so here is the thing that genuinely puzzles me. We live in a time when almost everything around us is designed to make life easier and faster. We have washing machines, dishwashers, vacuum cleaners, robot vacuums that clean the floor while we sit on the sofa doing absolutely nothing.
And we are sitting on that sofa thinking, I am so busy. I do not have enough time.
We are watching a robot clean our house and complaining about how exhausted we...
Which is honestly one of the most accurate descriptions of modern life I have ever heard.
Thank you. I have been sitting with that thought for a while. And it goes beyond just machines, right? Food comes to your front door, payments take 3 seconds, your phone remembers your appointments for you. Every single app promises to give you more time, save more time, organize more time.
And yet here we are, rushed, tired, mentally scattered, feeling like the day slipped away before we even had a chance to hold it.
And what really makes me stop and think is this. When we look at older generations, our parents, our grandparents, they had none of this. No apps, no shortcuts, no delivery services. They did everything by hand. They cooked from scratch, they walked everywhere, they wrote actual letters with pens and paper.
And somehow, and I say this with complete sincerity, they seem to have more breathing room, more slow evenings, more hobbies, more time to just sit outside and exist without feeling guilty about it.
When did sitting outside and doing nothing become a luxury?
I think it was around the time we got unlimited content available every second of every day.
Yes, that tracks completely.
So the honest question we want to explore today is this. If everything is easier now, why do so many people still feel like they never have enough time? Why does a world full of time-saving tools still leave people feeling mentally crowded?
Crowded. That is exactly the right word. Not just busy. crowded. Like there are too many tabs open inside your brain and you cannot find the one you actually need.
And that feeling, that crowded, noisy, restless feeling, is what today is all about. We want to talk about it honestly, not in a stressful do more, be more, optimize yourself into a machine kind of way.
Please, no more optimization. We are humans, not spreadsheets.
We're talking about this gently, honestly, like two people having a real conversation about something that matters.
All right, first idea, and I want to say this with full confidence. I believe people are completely wrong when they say a great day starts in the morning.
Here we go.
I think a great day starts the night before.
For anyone listening, Daniel did not sleep well last night.
Why does everyone assume that whenever I say something wise?
Because you said it with the energy of someone who has been awake since 2 a.m. thinking about life.
Okay, maybe, but it is still true. And honestly, Maya, you know I am right.
You are completely right. And that is what makes it funnier. Because a lot of people wake up already exhausted, already mentally behind, already stressed before the day has even started. And they immediately blame the morning. They think, I need a better morning routine. I need to wake up earlier. I need to be more disciplined.
But the morning is not the problem. The morning is just the result. If the night before was too late, too noisy, too full of scrolling and worrying and one more episode turning into 4 more episodes, the next day starts with damage already done.
It is like trying to run a race when you have already been running for 3 hours before the starting line.
Exactly. And people say I need to wake up at 5 in the morning and be productive, but if they went to bed at 1 in the morning with their brain still running at full speed, those 5 o'clock plans are going to fall apart.
What many people actually need is not a better morning. It is a gentler ending to the night. Something that lets the mind actually slow down and land.
Because the body can lie in bed, but the mind will stay wide open, replaying conversations, making to-do lists, worrying about things that feel enormous at midnight, and completely manageable at 9 in the morning.
Midnight thoughts are something else. Everything becomes a catastrophe at midnight.
Everything. I once spent 40 minutes at midnight convinced I had said something slightly awkward in a conversation 6 years ago, and that the person definitely still thinks about it.
6 years ago, Daniel.
The mind does not care about timelines. It only cares about making you feel uncomfortable at inconvenient hours.
So the takeaway from idea 1 is simple. A better tomorrow usually begins with a calmer ending tonight. Even 10 quiet minutes without a screen, without noise, just stillness, can genuinely change the quality of your entire next day. Idea 2, and this one is something I think about almost every day now.
Tell us.
Not all tiredness comes from hard work. Some tiredness, maybe most of the tiredness people feel, comes from too much useless input.
Say more.
Think about this. Have you ever reached the end of a day where you did not really do anything physically demanding? You did not move furniture or run a race, and yet you feel completely hollow and drained.
Every single day of my life, Maya.
And it is because of everything that entered your brain all day long. Notifications, news, other people's opinions, random videos, comments on posts, half conversations. None of them were urgent, none of them truly mattered, but they all came in and left a small mess behind.
And when you add all those small messes together, by the evening your brain feels like a room the morning after a very chaotic children's birthday party.
Loud, sticky, exhausting to look at.
Very hard to clean. And this is what it means to squander your attention. To squander something means to waste something valuable in a careless way. Not in one dramatic moment, but slowly, in small pieces, without really noticing.
And your attention is genuinely one of the most valuable things you own. Your focus, your mental clarity, your ability to sit with something and think about it deeply. These things are precious, and most people are giving them away for free, all day long, to things that do not deserve them. Not everything that enters your mind needs to live there. Some things genuinely inform you. Other things just crowd you. And learning to tell the difference is honestly one of the most useful skills you can build in modern life. So the takeaway from idea 2 is this. If you want a calmer, clearer, more focused life, start protecting your mind from useless noise. You do not have to delete everything, just be a little more intentional about what you let in. Idea 3. And Maya, I want you to know this one makes me feel slightly attacked every time I think about it. Good, it should. So here is the truth about stress that nobody talks about enough. The biggest source.
This next idea is one I genuinely wish someone had shared with me years earlier because it completely changes how I look at my days.
Walk us through it.
Okay, most conversations about time management focus entirely on time. How to use more of it, how to fit more tasks into it, how to squeeze every possible drop of productivity out of every available hour.
The classic, you have the same 24 hours as everyone else speech that somehow always makes people feel worse.
Exactly. But here is what those conversations consistently miss. Having time means absolutely nothing if you have no energy left to use it.
One free, quiet hour when you are rested and clear-headed is worth so much more than 3 hours on a Friday evening when you are completely empty inside.
Free time is not always usable time. And that sentence, once it really lands, changes everything.
And this is where so many carefully made plans fall apart. Not because the person is lazy or undisciplined, but because their plan is out of sync with their actual human energy.
Out of sync means not working in harmony or rhythm with something else. The plan looked perfect on paper, but the person who made that plan did not account for their sleep quality, their stress levels, or the fact that some weeks are simply harder than others. And then they look at the plan failing and they blame themselves completely. They think, why am I so lazy? But they are not lazy, they are empty. And you cannot build a meaningful, energized day on borrowed energy indefinitely. So the takeaway from idea 5 is this. Protect your sleep. Protect your rest. Protect your mental and physical well-being as seriously as you protect your schedule. Time matters, yes, but energy is what makes time usable. Idea 6 is deeply practical, and I think it can genuinely shift how people structure their entire week.
I love this one. Go ahead.
Not every hour of the day carries the same quality. We all have certain windows of time when our brain is sharp, focused, clear, and alive. And other windows when, to put it honestly, our brain arrives wearing comfortable slippers and is not particularly interested in doing anything difficult.
And the mistake most people make is filling every hour with tasks without ever thinking about whether the match between the task and the hour actually makes sense.
So they spend their sharpest, most focused hour of the day answering emails and scrolling through notifications. And then they try to do their most important, most creative, most demanding work at 4 in the afternoon when they are running on nothing.
And then they wonder why nothing great is coming out of them, why they feel stuck or slow or uninspired.
And this is exactly where the word reclaim becomes powerful. To reclaim something means to take it back after losing it, to recover something that rightfully belongs to you.
And in this case, you are reclaiming your golden hours from things that do not deserve them.
Do not spend your sharpest thinking on your weakest tasks. That one sentence could genuinely change someone's entire week.
So the takeaway is simple. Figure out when your brain is at its natural best. Whether that is early morning or late morning or evening, it is different for everyone. And then protect that window for your most important, most meaningful work. Let the easier tasks fill the quieter hours. Idea 7 is about something that steals time very quietly, very politely, and very consistently.
Unnecessary yeses.
Time is not always taken from you dramatically. Sometimes it is not taken by a big distraction or a crisis. Sometimes it is given away in the most gentle, reasonable sounding ways. Could you just quickly help me with something? It will only take 5 minutes. I know you are busy, but famous last words in every case. And saying yes often comes from a genuinely kind place. You want to help. You do not want to disappoint someone. You want to be seen as reliable and generous. But there is another reason people say yes, and it is harder to admit. Some people cling to busyness because it makes them feel needed, important, valuable. To cling to something means to hold on to it too tightly, even when it is not actually serving you well anymore.
Let us go through today's words together. Please repeat them out loud when we ask you to. Do not be shy. This is how the words become yours.
Word 1. Squander. To squander something means to waste something valuable in a careless way, not all at once, but little by little without noticing. She realized she had been squandering her mornings on things that did not matter. Or, do not squander your best energy on things that do not deserve it. Repeat. Squander.
Squander. Word 2. Drift. To drift means to move without a clear direction or purpose. It is easy to drift through an entire evening when you are tired and have no real plan. Or, without clear priorities, your mind will drift from one thing to another all day long. Repeat. Drift.
Drift. Word 3. Juggle. To juggle means to manage many different things at the same time, often with the feeling that you might drop something at any moment. Modern life asks most people to juggle work, family, and personal goals all at once. Or she was juggling too many responsibilities and it was slowly exhausting her. Repeat. Juggle.
Juggle. Word 4. Sustain. To sustain something means to keep it going over time. The best habit is not the most impressive one. It is the one you can sustain. Or, small, healthy changes are much easier to sustain than extreme ones. Repeat. Sustain.
Sustain. Word 5. Cling to. To cling to something means to hold on to it too tightly, even when it is not helping you. Some people cling to busyness because stillness feels uncomfortable. Or she was clinging to an old version of her life that no longer fit who she had become. Repeat. Cling to. Cling to.
Word 6. Reclaim. To reclaim something means to take it back after losing it. She reclaimed her evenings by putting her phone away an hour before bed. Or, sometimes managing your time well is really about reclaiming your best attention from weak priorities. Just pick 1 or 2 that stayed with you. Try to use them this week in a message, in a journal entry, in a real conversation with someone. Even once is enough. That is how words become truly yours.
All right, we made it to the end. And honestly, I feel like I need to go rest and also completely reorganize my entire approach to daily life at the same time.
That is exactly the right reaction. It means something landed.
Something definitely landed. Several things, actually. And you have been watching Daily Speak English. Take care of yourselves, rest well, be kind to your own mind, and we will see you in the very next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.